What do you do if you're in a relationship or you're seeing somebody and they want you, they want to be intimate with you, and you don't want them to touch you, you don't want to touch them, you won't even hear the word sex or let's do it or anything like that? What do you do then? Hi, this is Liana, Holistic Intimacy Coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your orgasmic intimacy if you want to. Before I get into this video, I want to remind you of the two resources that I have for you. The first one is Get Your Orgasmic Intimacy ebook. This one is a personal growth and coaching tool. It contains coaching insights, personal anecdotes of various clients that I've worked with and they agreed to have their stories shared, and also micro experiments. Those would be the equivalent of homework for you to do coaching. And the second tool that I have is the dojo, where I have my 5 intimacy programs. Those are practice-focused, practice-oriented. Basically, in a book, you read about things, but in the online programs, you get to follow along doing practices. No, don't worry, they are not extreme, they are not crazy. I do not show any erogenous zones. It is purely practice. If you engage with them, if you do them consistently, weekly, monthly, you are bound to become a more resourceful, intimate partner. So, getting back to our erotic sheep now, that's a Romanian expression, getting back to our sheep. What do you do when you don't feel like anything? Your libido is through the basement and your partner actually wants you and they want to enjoy beautiful, delicious time with you. Firstly, it's all around your mindset, your concepts, your definitions of intimacy and of sexuality. Usually when something goes this bad, so your partner actually wants you and you're not depressed, you're not going through any difficult life situations or any major sorrow, depression, so none of the things that would normally kill your mood. So if that's not happening, it's probably because somewhere along the line you had a bad association with sexuality and with sexual expressions. People did not have to use any vulgar or brutal or just destructive words around sexuality with you. All they had to do was show a condescending or a negative or an unpleasant behavior and mentality in relation to sexuality, and it was that easy for you to import it also and therefore live it. So I would definitely look at what is my concept of sexuality, of my sexuality, because we're looking at the individual. Okay, and it's important for your intimate life is never going to be lived by studies, scientific research, other people's advice, none of that. It's going to be lived by you. There's nobody else that's going to be in your bedroom but you and your intimate partner. So what is your how do you wrap your mind and your brain around sexuality, your sexuality? What you conceive of it. How you see or picture or visualize yourself expressing in intimacy, that is one of the healthiest things that you can do. Envision yourself, how you are, how you want to express. Everything starts with a vision. Every crazy things, every idea, every new thing, every breakthrough that you have in all areas of life, actually, they start with a vision, you envisioning it. So how you see yourself and imagine yourself and how excited you are or not about your sexual expression is going to play a very important role in the quality of your intimate life. And therefore, in the quality of the intimate life of your partner with you. It is a good way to predict how your relationship is going to evolve. It's like why would you get into an intimate relationship if you don't have the enjoyment of it? Honestly, why would you? It's a pity. It is a pity of life. It is a pity of your youth. It is a pity of all the resources that you have as a human being. And it is also a pity of the potential that intimacy can have for your overall life. It's like having somebody constantly on a diet where just feeding them crappy food and never expecting or allowing them to enjoy themselves. That's what you're doing somehow when you're not relating to your sexuality. It's one of those beautiful, juicy, rich gifts that life gave us, and we're not using them. Why? Probably because somewhere down the line, somebody conditioned us or you negatively with something. And it can be deconditioned, but it's got to start with seeing the beautiful parts of it. Yes, even for you, there are beautiful parts about being turned on, having an orgasm, feeling juicy and succulent in your own skin. That's the beauty of it. And that's how you start. And it starts with you envisioning all that, okay? The mentality. Secondly, there's the relationship that you have with your body and then with your sexual expression. And what I mean by this is, how in your life do you seek and do you embody your turn on? Everybody gets turned on. Even let's say for women, because usually it's the women that get lower libidos and they are more prone to lose their arousal very fast and their mood and their interest in sexuality. Your relation to your sexual expression doesn't have to be doing it. To the contrary, actually, all it entails is that you feel pleasurable. First of all, in your mind. So that's why I said with point number 1, how you envision yourself, how you imagine. And fantasies can play a role here for the people that actually accept them and actually understand their role. If not, there are other ways. You look at people, erotic muses. For some people, it's seeing people of the same gender or sexual orientation and seeing how they make themselves more attractive, take care of themselves, keep themselves in shape. Your sexuality actually starts with how thrilled you feel to be in your own skin. And sometimes maybe you're fitness instructors, maybe you're professional athletes that you follow, maybe you're fitness models or any other people that you feel are attractive. They will inspire you. You may not be turned on to look at them, but they inspire you to do something in the sense of making yourself prettier, working out, making yourself look more beautiful or soft to the skin, or take care of yourself more, like take longer baths, use more fragrant body creams and all of that. So it matters. This is part of your relationship to yourself. And usually this is something that everybody knows in every area of your life. When you're not motivated for whatever reason, you just don't have the drive to do something, then you need to be inspired by somewhere else. Yes, some people get their inspiration and motivation from themselves. But even those people who are more self-driven, even they have more challenges sometimes to be sexy, be driven, be motivated, stay consistent with the stuff that they do. So you also import motivation. I also do that. Okay, there are some people that I follow. I'm not drawn to them sexually, but they inspire me to do my workouts, to do my practices, to do my breath work, to just jump around. Sometimes it's not even a workout. I just freaking jump around because I'm too depressed, and jumping around with music and playing movies or whatever gets me back up on my feet. So whatever it is, you got to bring back the excitement. So my relationship to myself, as your relationship to yourself, is more complex. It's not just about having sex. It's not just about having certain practices. I'll be honest, there are some days when I don't even want to hear about practice. It's like, no, hell no, today, fuck it. I don't care about it. I want to do something else. I want to feel good. I want to feel energetic. I want to like myself, but not with workouts, not with practices, not with having sex, just being me. Okay? And this is also part of what I'm talking here, the relationship to yourself. And it's like nobody can live your relationship with yourself but you. They can't. People can start giving, though I never encourage people to give others advice, but they can start giving advice. They can start giving you suggestions. They can start, God knows what. That's not going to get you to change or to move or to shift your states. It's not. And there are, obviously, part of your relationship with yourself and also with your lack of libido, sometimes, just lack, not low, lack, okay? It's also accepting that. You have no idea. Some of the days when all I do is lie in bed. I have those days also. And maybe not everybody has them. I do have them. And sometimes I'm like, nope, it's really low energy today. I'm just going to stay in bed. I usually listen to podcasts or listen to sexy music or listen to somebody's voice that I really like and I really find arousing. And that's it. Sometimes part of your relationship with yourself is really accepting your lows and your failures and all the negative stuff, And part of me, for my work as a sexuality coach, is also to accept my lack of libido days. I have those. Yeah. Just like everybody does. So when you're in a relationship and you find yourself that it's been a long time since you've wanted to touch your partner and be touched by them, maybe it's time to look at mindset and your relationship with yourself. Even in the lowest, even in the darkest, okay? There's nobody else that can do that for you. And let me tell you, it is not the end of the world. You're not going to die. Your sexuality is not going to be cut out right there. No, you're just being with every stage, including lack of it. But you're being there with it. You're not feeling guilty. You're not feeling disgusted or ashamed or angry. No, you're just there with yourself. And somehow, just like in nature, after winter comes spring, somehow it comes back up. Your drive, your libido, your mood. But you gotta go through the negative. If you find yourself in one of these really nasty places where you don't want to touch your partner, they are going crazy and they feel rejected and you can feel that they feel not okay. Maybe it's time to look at, okay, what I can do here and how I can start to work through this or be through this. Because sometimes it works itself out, but you somehow have to connect with it. And once you start to get back up, that's when practices are helpful, they come in handy. That's when programs are inspirational. That's when books can give you ideas and so on. So, if you're in one of those very, very low places, I feel you. I have those days too. Just try to be with yourself somehow without guilt, anger, shame, whatever other words you want to use here. They're negative. So just be there and flow with that because eventually it's going to change. And when it starts to change and when you get your mojo back up and you naturally get curious and you want to learn, you want to explore, you want to find out new things, you want to get new insights and new ideas, then check out the book that I have, check out my programs, use them. That's what I would say. So I wish you a very inspirational, intimate life, yes, and orgasmic also, and I'll see you in the next video.